subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone! Today on Lady Mary Beth, we are in the Round Top area for the big antique show. We will go 4 miles down the road to Warrenton, Texas, shop the tents, the fields, and find all the deals. Join me. It's peaceful here in the country. The Round Top Antiques Fair started in 1968 with just a few vendors and a single barn focused on classic American antiques. It now stretches across Highway 237, got lots of great vendors, including Charles Keyton from San Antonio, where you can find some unique pieces and bring them into your space. Charles Keyton's tents are always a highlight of the season. Look for that 20% off show special off all the price tags. You will find him in our Round Top show guide and map. He is a San Antonio estate sales dealer and has some antique booths. I will link his information in the video description about Face Estate Sales. He truly has some amazing treasures. I'm also sharing an insider tip with you as we shop today. Be sure to pick up a free copy of our Round Top Antiques show guide and map. It's filled with tips and also highlighting year-round locations in this area. Charles Keyton's tent is one of my favorite spots in the Round Top show. I just cannot begin to tell you the deals I found here over the years and also some great gifts. In Texas, we like to host wonderful dinners with Mexican food, and this is what you need for the perfect setting: fiestaware, serapes, and a centerpiece. And lots of great props, decor. You can find just about everything here. And if you want to have fashionable headwear with a vintage twist, they've got that for you right here. I like to look through the linens. You never know what you'll find, including this fabulous square overlay. And you won't believe the price. A fantastic assortment of linens. This is $12.50, less 20%. Look at all of that detail. It has a nice edging, and this would be perfect for tea time. Absolutely love it. And you know I'm taking this home. I look for hand stitching, a hand crocheted edge, and this definitely fits the bill. I do like the neutral colors here, and we have a pair, and they are $2.99 each, less the discount, and there are many possibilities with this pair. These linens are affordable and perfect for lining a tray or basket. It would be great as part of your gift packaging. This is a cross-stitched hand towel priced at $6.50. It's definitely vintage. And wouldn't that be a lovely gift with some handmade soaps? I'm looking for quality, not only in that crocheted edging, but also the piece itself. And definitely checks all the boxes with this beautiful runner in that neutral color and very well priced. This lace runner is about $18 after the Charles Keyton 20% discount. Has lots of detailing. You could certainly wrap that up, tie it with a French ribbon, and that would make a lovely gift with this vintage table runner. A set of napkins is definitely a great find, and that hand crocheted edging with the embroidery, that would be an ideal gift. Looks like they've never been used. This one has a bit of color, and I like this. For a side table, could be part of a fall arrangement, and what a great price. There's so many options here with linens, but this one stands out. I'll share a bit of the history with you, and you could definitely find this in an antique store, but the price would be much higher because a lot of labor has gone into this piece. and such detail.
This might be the best $20 you will ever spend. It is Victorian drawn work, and it's created by removing threads from the linen and stitching onto the remaining mesh. It's an absolutely beautiful work, a long table runner, and this is absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to take this home. I might not gift it. I think I will keep this one.
Adding a pillow to a comfortable chair will definitely bring some life to it and changes the whole look. This is priced at $48. And they also have some needlepoint pillows, which I enjoy. I like the florals. And how about this Enid Collins mid-century handbag? These are becoming popular again and priced at $28. Owls are definitely in, and somehow we see more of these in the mid-century. And quite a collection of toll trays. I have shared the history of these in a previous visit to the Charity Guild shop, and it's actually tied to the colonial days. This would be an interesting wall hanging. It's from India. I love all those rich fabrics. It could even be a headboard, perhaps for a twin-size bed. It's priced at $265 before the discount. I enjoy collecting tea towels, and I find that vintage ones are popping up at some of the thrift stores. The colors are fantastic. It's something you don't see in tea towels today. This one looks to be from the Alsace. $650 before the discount is a very good price. This needlepoint rug, I think, is exceptional. If it had been blue and white, I definitely would have bought it.
A needlepoint rug after the discount is $100. This is absolutely amazing. I don't even know what the retail price would be, but I do know that this is a great deal. I'm sharing an insider tip with you. Follow Charles Keyton on social media to find out about his unpacking day. If you stop by along with some of the antique dealers, you too can assist unpacking those bins, and you get a first look at the treasures as they come out. You can do some great shopping. This was our staging area where we placed our items. I found some vintage cake stands, Waterford crystal, an original Fenton opalescent vase, and Carol, my map partner, found some great artwork, brass, and an alabaster owl. Let's have a look.
And here are some of those bins as they're being unpacked. There are some incredible items that come out of these, and of course the dealers are anxious to make their purchases. You never know what you'll find, and you might have to wait for another box to find the lid. Here's an Imari style pitcher. They are stocking the shelves. We'll get back to that in just a bit, and I will share some of these great items with you along with a bit of history. This is a very unique 3-part flower frog. I think this is a fantastic find. $235 less the discount. This is from Waterford, a German glass company. It's the frosted style. From the 1920s or 30s, often referred to as the Flötenspieler. And imagine this as a centerpiece. It's incredible. And to find all the parts and pieces, not something that you will see on the secondary market. Usually you find 1 or 2 of the pieces. Now let's head on over to the other tent where we found the linens earlier, and I will show you the hold shelf and some items that my neighbor Brady has found. This watermelon glass pitcher, well priced at $75. And this Cambridge amethyst pitcher that is a showpiece. Absolutely love this. $38.99 with the 20%. That's incredible. And here are some of my finds, along with Carol's vintage cake stands and some artwork, a biscuit barrel, This is crystal. $32.99. This would sell for $200 in an antique store. Fenton opalescent. Such a great find. And you'll see it does not have the logo, which means that it is one of the original pieces. And this Cambridge Ivy Ball is something I've not had before. $34.99. You see that keyhole. It's definitely indicative of Cambridge. And this artwork is fantastic. It's a trio of prints. Such rich colors, already framed. You could definitely put some polish on those. This fan vase, $24. A $24 vintage cake stand. That would sell for a lot more in an antique store. And this is one I had at my wedding, $24. This is from the late 1800s. And of course, with a discount, even better. A cut crystal spooner for $14. It is not Waterford, but it is definitely, I would say, English crystal. This is also from the 1800s, $58 before the additional discount. Absolutely beautiful. A Waterford crystal bowl for $45. I saw this from across the room and had to have it. They had just unpacked it. And these are silver plated candle holders for $18.99. Let's take a look at that hallmark. They are made by Gorham, and that EP is indicative of silver plate. And these trays are such fun. Love the Florentine. $22. And this has a modern look to it, even though it is made in the antique style, and it's because it's actually a new item. $32, made by Vietri, which is a company in the tabletop industry. The gallery tray, I thought, was such a great find. $28.99 plus 20%. That makes for a great deal. And I couldn't resist this. I have some jewelry that I've had China Baroque make for me from Royal Crown Derby. And you find that that's quite expensive on the secondary market. A German bud vase. Cobalt cut to clear, and it has the original sticker on it. Schönborner Bleikristall, made in Germany. Mid-century lighting. This is something that is actually quite sought after. And lots to discover here now that they have stocked the shelves. Let's have a closer look. I see more cut to clear. Quite a nice variety. I do find these a lot in Germany. I know you've seen these at the Titiladen and also at the Trödelcenter. And this is definitely made in Germany. I'll tell you more about the history and how to identify it. $24.99 each.
We love the cut to clear. This is made by Nachtmann, a company that started in 1834 by Michael Nachtmann. And a very famous pattern that has been around for about 75 years is Traube. Lots of great detail here. This is known in German as a Römerglas. I have a nice collection at our home there. And a couple of ways that you can determine that it is from Nachtmann. You will see that base with all the special cuts. And then also the grape pattern.
German porcelain. You'll notice that oval bowl is reticulated. A floral design with gold accents. A large coffee pot for $165. Those dainty cups. This is a pattern we've seen at a visit to High Street Antiques in Dallas. It is made by Schumann. Empress Dresden Flowers. They're always replenishing. Let's have a look at milk glass. We have many different eras represented here. some even hand painted. And milk glass, of course, goes with everything. There's that Fenton silver crust and the perfect covered butter dish. My friend Michelle has been looking for one, and I convinced her to purchase this one, even though she was looking for clear, priced at $22. And some mid-century glass, highly collectible, especially with the younger crowd. And this carnival glass punch bowl set is $48. That's a great price. Love that sheen. And ruby glass. This goes with just about every season. I think if you're going to choose one color, that would definitely be a good choice. I do love blue, but I think that red goes with more seasons. These are nice, the ribbed glasses. $6.50 each. And remember to look up. This is a beautiful crystal chandelier and very well priced.
Look up or you might miss something wonderful. If you're in the market for lightingware, this crystal chandelier is an incredible deal at $238 after the discount. It's craftsmanship you cannot find today and will be a wonderful addition to just about any room of your home.
It's hard to pass up Waterford crystal for a deal, but I do have a lot of cream and sugar sets. This is $34 plus the discount. And you'll notice that notched rim. You don't see that too often with Waterford. I love the pink glass, and many of these were premiums, meaning it was a gift with purchase. Perhaps you bought a movie ticket. $18.99 for this Mayfair pattern, perfect for a malt or milkshake. And this encouraged folks to go to their local Five and Dime and add more pieces to their set. Brilliant marketing. Classic blue. You can't go wrong. There's some great choices here, including mid-century, this Indiana glass candy dish, and the ruffled pitcher. It looks like at one time had a bit more of the gold. $28.99, an excellent price. I love cookies, and why not have an interesting cookie jar on your counter? And these are highly collectible. Perhaps some we grew up with. It's nostalgic. No surprise, I have a pineapple cookie jar in my kitchen. Pyrex, Corningware, these are all collectible, practical, and purposeful. I'm sure you recognize some of these from your childhood. That cornflower blue. There's a lot to see. You probably want to go through the tents twice just to make sure you didn't miss anything. This Victorian lamp is unusual because it is a solid red. It's not hand painted. Known as a parlor lamp, $2.95. That is a neat piece.
It's always a highlight of the Round Top season to shop Charles Keyton. I'm pleased with this vintage tea towel and all my other linens, including one with a bit of chinoiserie. One of my favorite stops at Zapp Hall and in Round Top on the public square is allmon Heirloom Silverwear, where they take silver-plated flatware and make it into works of art. This is their proprietary cowboy hat ring that is quite popular. In fact, they are almost sold out. Let's have a look at their wonderful wares.
They have clever creations. In each show, they bring something new. And what's most important is that they upcycle. They are repurposing things such as the handles of knives, part of a spoon to make this cowboy hat ring. And whether it is a piece of jewelry, tabletop, or just simply an interesting piece of art, it's something that we can add to our collections. And some great gifting. My friend purchased one of these vases last year for her mother, and she enjoys that. Just never know what you'll find. Even a hat pin whether it's William Rogers silver plate or a silver dollar. And this is also a unique upcycle. We'll take a closer look at these. Whether it's jewelry that you're wearing or you're simply storing it and keeping it, you could have fun with it. And what's not to love about bread? And here you've got the perfect bread basket with some interesting details. And I like the variety of flatware and serveware that's used.
A clever upcycle with a silver-plated Reader's Digest coaster as a base, and of course the silver-plated flatware. You could line that with a piece of linen and have a wonderful bread basket for your table. Would also make a great gift.
Some clever upcycles with these beautiful silver bouquets in a sugar bowl or a teapot. And you'll notice that it is made with flatware and serving pieces. A tomato server right there that I see. And some smaller bouquets, a tulip made of spoons. And for someone who has everything, this would be a unique gift. The wind chimes are such fun. Next trip, I might purchase a teapot or coffee pot. Be a nice addition to our patio. And it's a lovely sound. And there's so much more to discover, but I can't get away from the teapots. I think they are just such fun. And lots of interested customers today. And of course, the unique jewelry. Hearts are always popular. And the coins. This necklace I find interesting. The Mercury dimes you will recognize. And Lady Liberty. That's an interesting trio. And of course, they're all dated, which makes it even more interesting. $85. During the last show, I purchased a bracelet made of buffalo nickels and Indian head pennies, and I find it quite rustic and fun with an outfit. I stack it with a James Avery bronze and silver cuff, and I get lots of compliments on it. These have been hand cut so that the design shows a bit more, with the Lady Liberty and the Mercury dimes. You will see these are all dated and in sequential order. 1937, 38, 39, and Lady Liberty was 1940. Rings, bracelets. Again, great for gifting or adding something interesting to your jewelry wardrobe. And they also do custom pieces. If you have a silver-plated flatware pattern you'd like for them to make something for you, they can do that as well. Beautiful coffee pot floral bouquet. Almost looks like ribbons. And it's great with the Texas flag as a backdrop. And here's an interesting creation that is new for this year. We'll have a closer look.
This elephant is a work of art and a clever upcycle using a William Rogers coffee pot placed upside down, a 1920s silver-plated candy dish, and the all-important tail using that piece of flatware. This is quite creative.
A hummingbird wind chime actually has an interesting and long history with different cultures and continents. The earliest wind chimes date back to about 3000 BC in Southeast Asia, made from bone, wood, bamboo, and shells. And of course, very popular today. And here is a staple in our household. I'll tell you more about this and show you a beautiful monogram.
The back scratcher is one of my favorite finds here, well priced at $25. And this one is extra special because it has a hand-engraved monogram in the center. It is made of 3 separate pieces of upcycled silver-plated flatware.
Now I'm going to be thinking about a silver-plated pattern that I could have them make something from my flatware. I do like the bouquet idea, or perhaps a bracelet.
It's always a good idea to be sustainable and upcycle something. And of course, you have this interesting coin necklace. Not only is it sterling silver and historic, but you probably will not find someone else at the same party wearing your necklace. And this would be a great jewelry holder. Love all the finds here. Welcome to Bar W, a field with over 150 vendors. This land has been in the Roy Weed family for over 100 years. And between shows, it is a place for cattle to graze where wildlife thrives. The largest outdoor venue in Warrenton, just 4 miles down from Round Top. Let's get shopping.
I found some great deals here, including the find of the day I will share with you. And they do have free parking, which is a huge plus in this area. And it's easy to put your purchases in the car and continue shopping. It's a great experience. And you meet lots of dealers from all over. And many are looking for architectural salvage. Maybe you have a wet bar, you're trying to update that, repurpose it as I've done, as shared in a previous segment with you. It's now my coffee tea bar, and you could put doors on that. They would add interest. And this booth has some mid-century finds, also some antique Eastlake. And that has an interesting history as well. We did find some great pieces at Team Resale in Tomball, where I shared that history. Pyrex, always highly collectible, and glass bake as well, and Corningware. And some vendors are also getting ready for Christmas. It's $165 for the set, and that looks to be complete. And I see some heavy metal that is definitely coming back, and it is the season for this warm color.
Brass is timeless, but it also happens to be on trend for this year. It is a welcoming aesthetic that pairs nicely with mid-century and with contemporary. I'm seeing more and more brass candle holders out in antique stores, and you can certainly get a deal shopping the field.
The sculpture would be nice on a pedestal or an entry table, and that mirror is ideal. I just love everything about it. And if you're looking for authentic mid-century, this lamp would be a wonderful addition. It is amber, has an interesting shape to it, 120. I would replace the shade, and in a case like this, I often leave the shade with the seller because it's of no use to me. And that way you don't have to discard it. They could reuse that. And we have some more metals here, including one that has that sort of barley twist look. And you can repurpose this, find different ways to incorporate this into your home. And lots of silver plate. Of course, we've seen the possibilities with Allmon. The stained glass vendor is here each show, and I would love to know the history of these pieces. Perhaps they've come from a castle in England. Some unique designs. And that would certainly add interest to your space. Love all the colors. And we're going to find some more deals out in the field. Here are some primitive additions. Great for fall. You've got us all set here with pumpkins. And there's something for everyone in Bar W. Perhaps you're looking for more traditional or glass, but they do have those primitives that many folks collect. And I like that they're using the weights as a sort of side table arrangement. It could be a centerpiece with the Indian corn. Clever. The ruby glass has my heart, including this mid-century that looks like Viking. And a piece that I've actually wanted and haven't yet found for the right price. I'll show you that in just a second. This ice bucket is fun. That could also be for florals with that hammered handle. And here is the item that I am delighted to add to my tabletop collection.
A great $5 find out in the fields with this anchor honking Royal Ruby jam jar. This goes with so many different seasons. I've seen this before in antique stores. I've thought about it and I can't pass it up for $5. Would also be a great hostess gift.
Another clever upcycle with tailgates from pickup trucks. Some are made into benches or rockers. I find them quite interesting, placed on a porch or under a shade tree for a manly addition. Vintage linens. I just love combing through the fields and finding more pieces. And one thing that I found folks were looking for are pillowcases. And they're well represented here. The beautiful embroidery and hand crocheted edging. And lots of crocheted doilies. Goes on for miles. And also some quilts. They have quite a few nice ones here.
If you're looking for authentic made in the USA bandanas, they have quite an assortment, but you have to ask for them. They're not mixed in with the $1 bandanas. They also have some fashion brands. This Gucci scarf is one that I had in the 1980s. I will be going home to look through my drawers to see if I still have it. And of course, Vera, which is a well-known brand of scarf.
I like those Florentine nesting tables. A nice selection of toll trays. You see that these are presented as wall hangings. And why not put on an easel? That works well too. And these are fantastic candelabras. Absolutely dreamy. And it has a bit of an epergne there in the center for florals. Oh, these are fantastic. And this piece of furniture was very well priced. I wanted to share this with you. It's an antique Eastlake dresser, $450. And a huge supply of milk glass. And I see some of our favorite classic blue and white. That turkey platter is nice. And they all have different back stamps. Let's turn over this saucer and see what we find. Kensington. It's ironstone from England in the Balmoral pattern. I like that 50% off. It's definitely speaking to me. And I'm sure that if you bought a set, you would get an even better deal. Of course, milk glass goes with everything. And lots of saucers. Maybe they don't have matching cups, but you can still use them for cookies or brownies. And here we have a tea set from Regency, made in England. Looks like a Willie Nelson. And I'm going to show you some great crystal finds. First, we'll look at this Mikasa. $10 for the ice bucket and bowl. And we even see some of that blue willow pattern that is classic. I was not expecting this back stamp. It is made by Homer Laughlin. I figured it would be Churchill or Johnson Brothers. And here is the find of the day. Can you believe it? It's time for a deal.
A great find in the field. This is the Waterford Crystal Westminster clock, and it is inspired by the Gothic arches of Westminster Abbey. It's in perfect condition, a very heavy piece, and I paid $10.
I was surprised that the seller did not ask her more than $10 for this clock. It's in great condition, and the clock face itself is working. Those can be replaced. I'm often asked about that. You order them from Waterford, but if you have the older clocks, they may not have the same inserts. And let's walk into this booth. They have some fantastic finds. I like that we have a variety out in the fields, anything from primitive to classic, collectibles. I can see this in a farmhouse. It is grain painted, and this hutch is $2,250. It's from Pennsylvania. And the ironstone collection is quite impressive. And I love the history of ironstone. I shared with you recently on a visit to the Y Station in Carmine. And there was actually a patent for this ironstone. Another primitive piece would be great for napkin storage. It's from a general store. It's $1,200. And lots of dealers purchase from Bar W and go back to Round Top and sell. Gotta have a cowboy hat in the country. And how about a pair of boots? You would be amazed at what these sell for in this area. I've had such fun shopping the fields, the tents, and discovering some great items, and especially in the nick of time, the find of the day.
I've had such fun today shopping in Warrenton, Texas, the tents, the fields, and finding all the deals. My favorite purchase of the day is the Waterford Crystal Westminster clock for $10. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Bab. Elevate your everyday with antique shows.